I am at the Embarrass River ATV Trails today, testing out some more tweaks that I did to the compression and rebound damping on both the front and back of the Tenere 700. Last time I was out at Harrison Hills kind of tweaking things on the trail, I really had no idea what I was doing, and that's probably still true, but I got some help from you guys in the comment section, which I appreciate. And I've kind of come to realize that I was going the wrong direction with my testing. Basically just cranked up the compression and rebound damping, and that's a good way to really slow your swing arm down and basically impede the travel of your spring, but it's not really a great way to set your bike up. And it did sort of quiet down the chatter that I was trying to eliminate, but I think that chatter is probably something that is just kind of inherent to the suspension setup with the Tenere, which I sort of guessed, and a couple of you guys kind of corroborated. And not that I like that noise, and not that I wouldn't like it to go away, but I think tuning the suspension to try to stop that is not the right thing to do. I was riding this once even since then, and oh my gosh, this is was a rough ride, especially when you're sitting on it and not standing. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. What I'm trying to do, and what it sounds like the right thing to do, is basically to go to a point just above a setting where you would bottom on the compression damping setting. Obviously there's going to be some preference built in with this. You can't set your bike up just like somebody else, even if you are the same weight. Everybody rides a little bit different and likes slightly different things from their bike, so some of it you're just gonna have to play with, but the goal is to get that compression just a hair above where it's going to bottom, so you still get the full range of motion of the spring and you get to use all that suspension travel, but you're obviously not having the negative effects of it bottoming out when you do take the big hits. The rebound is kind of going to be similar to that, where you're looking for a kind of a point just beyond the negative effect. And the negative effect that you'll have with a rebound setting is that either the front or the rear is going to shoot down too quick and possibly buck you off, which I'm sure we've probably all kind of ran into that a bit. I'm kind of having a hard time deciding whether or not it's just me not giving it enough gas over bumps, or if I actually do need to slow the action of the springs down. But I've essentially got my rear set up so the compression is just at the factory recommended standard setting, which I think is a 15, and then the rebound I've got set up pretty loose and pretty fast. It's set right now to 20, and I think 23 is the fastest action, fastest allowable action. And when you're adjusting this stuff, remember that you can crank it down all the way as tight as it'll go, or as hard as it'll go, and you're not going to hurt anything. But if you go past the loosest setting, that's bad news. So make sure you're doing it right. Go by your manual. I do a video that kind of explains how it's done, so feel free to check that out. I'll put that down in the description. But this really does feel a lot better. The front, it seems like it's not really a whole lot different. I've got that set so the compression is a little bit harder, because originally I did have some issues with it bottoming. I'm not sure if I can loosen it up a little bit more yet or not. I haven't had any issues. It would probably be good to let that out a bit, but I think I'm gonna try to just ride this thing a little bit more than I did last time, rather than making changes every 5 seconds. As far as the rebound on the front, that is set just at the factory recommended 17. I think maybe I'm more like 16. I don't really like the fact that it says the 0 and 1 click may be the same, so I'm kind of erring on the side of caution, and I guess I could actually be at 15 instead of 16, but anyway, it's set pretty fast, and I've never really had too much of a problem with the front other than the bottoming. And once I set that to 5 initially, the compression, that seemed like it totally took care of the bottoming. This last time when I adjusted it, I think I let it out a little bit. Now I think that's at a 7 instead of like a 15 or whatever the standard setting is. And I've got a video on that too if you guys want to see how that's done on the front. And I think I've got in there what the standard settings are and the softest settings and the recommended from the factory. So check that out. It'll be down in the description if you want. I've got to say I'm really kind of happy with this. I'm definitely happy to be out here on this beautiful day. I was out riding all day yesterday and thought there was no way that I was going to want to come back out today. So I think we put on 40 pretty hard miles since I was testing the suspension and had it cranked way too hard. But I don't know, I got up today and looked at my Tenere and looked at how beautiful it was outside and decided I had to get out here. And I sure am glad I did. Yeah, that back seems like it is still clacking a bit. And the noise, like I said, is something that I should really be not worrying about at all. I think it's just the steep angle of the swing arm, like you guys said. And just the setup of the chain with the goofy rollers and stuff in there. I'm just not used to that. Would kind of chop a little bit when it would make the noise, which I think actually was a real issue and something that should be changed. And basically, I think what was happening, you're going the wrong day, bud. It's an odd day. Or it's an even day, I mean. Basically, I think what was happening is that rear swing arm wasn't dropping down fast enough to grab traction after I would go over a bump. And now with that loosened up a bit, why is everybody going the wrong way? With that loosened up a bit, it does seem like it is dropping quick. I'm not sure, like I said earlier, if I feel like it's kicking me off too much at all or not. I think maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. That feels pretty good. Ooh, good thing I got the ABS off. Yeah, you still get that noise, and I guess maybe that's really just something to do with that anti-squat, that it's almost maybe kind of shooting you up in the air a little bit when it has the chance. That's hard to say. And I mean, I guess that's the beauty of just playing around with stuff, is that you don't have to... It's an even day, right? It's the 16th, I think. You don't have to just set it and forget it. You can set it, try it, and make modifications if need be. But yeah, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna change anything. This feels pretty darn good, and there is no bottom in sight there. I honestly planned on just kind of guessing at some numbers and then coming out here and making a bunch of changes like I did last time, but I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I don't really want to get off this thing because I'm enjoying it so much. But I don't think I'm going to make any adjustments on the fly here. I think I'm just going to do a couple more laps and enjoy my ride and call it a day. I might have to call it a day early. I'm a little bit overdressed. It's beautiful out, 65 and sunny. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful to you. Again, not a suspension expert here. Do your own research, make sure you follow the manual and everything. So if you guys want to see some more videos of me out enjoying the Tenere and enjoying the beautiful Wisconsin woods, then make sure you click that subscribe button, click the bell after you're subscribed, so it lets you know every time I put a video out, which is at least once a week, Saturday mornings. Otherwise, if you can get out and enjoy this beautiful world, make sure you do that. But if you can't, then hey, check out some more videos up at the top. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, and stay swanky.